It's your boy Daniel once again for another vape review. Today we are looking at the Justfog c601. Alright, so Justfog, after releasing the Minifit, decided to release another pod system. And they came up with a pretty interesting idea with this notch system right here that you guys see. So you'll understand what this thing is later on. So for now, let's take a look inside the box. Let's dive down.
Justfog c601 kit. So here's the box. You got the contents and of course the specs. Here are the colors that it comes in. So I have the white one. So it comes in black, orange, blue, and green. We have your user manual, your USB cable, your pod. This pod has a capacity of 1.7 ml, resistance of 1.6 ohms. There's our connectors, that's our airflow, our mouthpiece, and of course our fill port. So the fill port has two holes, and those holes can fit mostly any unicorn type of bottles. So here is our device. There's our connectors with the latches for the pod, our fire button. Those holes right there are for the airflow. Our charging port, some branding designed by Justfog in Korea, made in China. For the battery in this device has 650 milliamperes, charging micro 5 pin, USB DC 5 volts. The material that they use is polycarbonate. I really like that material. It's not dusty, it's not a fingerprint magnet. I really like it. It's basically unscratchable. Basically. But yeah, I've been using this device for about 2 weeks now, and I really like the material. So this is the way that you put in your pod. You put it, I recommend putting it on like this, sideways, and then just push the top till you hear that clicking sound. So this is your fire button. To turn off the device, all you need to do is 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already off. 1, 2, 3, 4. To turn it on, you have that LED light. Those colors will indicate your battery capacity. White means you're fully charged, blue means half battery, and red means you're on empty, and red blinking means your battery is depleted. Next, let's take a look at the swivel thing. What is this? Okay, so this thing has 3 purposes. Number 1 is it's a mouth guard or mouthpiece guard. It protects your mouthpiece from dirt coming in or other objects coming in. Okay, I really like that. Next is it's a clip. Yes, it's a clip. So you can clip this basically anywhere where you can fit it. I usually clip it on the top of my hat, like so. So it clips on. Okay. Third use is this 2 holes right here. It's actually for your lanyard. I don't have one handy, so I apologize for not showing you the functionality of that one. But yes, you can fit a lanyard on those 2 holes, so you can have it hanging on your neck. Pretty good, pretty innovative. I really like that 3-in-1 feature of this simple notch. Alright, so let's go back on top, let's vape on it, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts and my pros and my cons for the Justfog C601.
Whew. So there you go, the C601 and what's inside the box. Now, my thoughts on this. Let's do a rundown of the pod. First is the capacity of the tank itself, or the pod. So this is a 1.7 ml pod. The resistance is 1.6 ohms. Okay, so not a lot of power, but it does produce a lot of vapor, just like what you guys saw because of its wide airflow. The airflow for me is a little bit too loose for mouth to lung and a little bit too restricted for direct lung, so it's somewhere in the middle. Okay, but if you've got a good draw or a powerful draw for mouth to lung, you won't have any problems with it. That was a mouth to lung hit. Okay, so this thing produces a lot of vapor production. Okay, so if you're a pod user or someone who's looking for a pod that produces a lot of vapor, okay, this thing is highly recommended. Okay, again, that was a mouth to lung hit. So let's talk about the battery. So this device has a 650 mAh battery with a direct voltage output, which means that it outputs power on a continuous basis. So 650 milliamperes, is that a lot? Not really, but it will last you the whole day. Charging will take probably about 30 minutes or less. Next is the material that they used for this pod system, which is polycarbonate. I really like it. I like it. I love the material that they used on this. I've dropped this so many times and not a single scratch on it. No matter how dirty your hands are, it won't leave any mark. Okay, no fingerprints, nothing. I really like the material for this pod. Next, let's talk about the firing button. For me, that's a big pro. The firing button on this is really responsive and clicky. It has a nice clicky sound to it, and it's very responsive. Next, let's talk about the connection. I really like it because you just snap it on. I really like that. Next, let's talk about the main thing, is this particular notch or swivel, however you want to call this thing. A lot of other reviewers say that it makes the form factor weird. It's not ergonomic anymore, but I actually like it because it gives you something to hold on. You know, the more realistic, the more surface area that you have on your hand, I'm guessing it's more secure. So it won't really slip away because it gives you that particular thing to hold on to. Okay, so the way I vape this is, since I'm left-handed, I align my thumb on this thing and vape away. It's not such a big deal to have this on there. That is really not a con for me. I really like that. I think it's very innovative in the sense that they can actually include a feature in their device where it has different uses, and I think that's really innovative for a pod system, which was really meant to be something that's portable and you can lug it around anywhere. Let's go back and talk about my pros for this device. Number one is, of course, the latch system on this thing, or not the latch system, but this particular swivel thing. That's a huge pro for me. Another pro is the battery on this thing. It performs really well. It gives me constant power from a full charge battery all the way to empty. So I really like the batteries on this device. Next is the price point. The price is affordable, and that is a huge pro for me. Okay, currently in the Philippines, you can get this from anywhere from 1,000 below. Okay, just like with the Minifit, it's very affordable. So here it is beside the Minifit. Its older brother. So not a lot of size difference between the two devices. Okay, of course the Minifit is smaller. Other pros for this, I guess, is that the pod actually has the same design for their pod with the Minifit. So yes, you can disassemble this pod and put in your own build. Okay, that's a huge pro for me as well. So let's talk about the cons. I don't really have a lot of cons for this. I guess number one is the mouthpiece. I just don't like mouthpieces that are something that is big that you put in your lips. Okay, it's just not me, but it does create a good seal. Okay, I'm a fan of something where, you know, like the Minifit, you can put it inside your mouth like that and your lips. Okay, I'm not a big fan of tips like these. Another con that I have is when you buy this device, it only comes with one pod. Include two, please, in the future. Include two of these in your pods. Overall, I really like this pod. It's a good pod. Okay, there's not a lot of cons to it. It's good, it serves its purpose, it performs really well. The flavor that you get on this is okay, I guess. I would give it 3 out of 5. Okay, it's not phenomenal, but it does its purpose. Okay, which is to deliver nicotine at a constant basis, and that for me is better than just focusing on flavor but not getting good performance like other pods in the market. So who would I recommend this pod? To anyone, actually. If you're someone who wants to quit smoking and who wants to pick up their first pod, I really recommend this for beginners, even for enthusiasts. Okay, this is a good overall pod to have in your pocket. Again, this produces a lot of vapor, as you guys saw. It produces a lot of vapor. So if you're someone who wants a pod that produces a lot of vapor production, highly recommend this. So there you have it, guys. The Justfog C601, an amazing device from Justfog. So there you have it, guys, the C601 by Justfog. I hope you guys enjoyed this review with the C601. There will be a lot more reviews coming in the near future, okay? So I really appreciate all the support. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share for all your friends to see, and remember, one love, peace, and keep on vaping.